Hello, people. Welcome to What an Art Agent, True Confessions of an Art Agent and What an Art Agent Looks For. Why an agent, I'm going to start over. Why an art agent looks for a unique style and how to get one. I have a lot to say on the subject. First of all, I want to say welcome. I'm so glad so many people are here already. This is going to be an ad hoc series. I said to the Make Art That Sells team, my teaching platform, I want to yes, I do courses, I teach there, but I want to just connect with my audience. I have a lot to say. I want to come on here when I have something that I want to share, something, I get a bee in my bonnet, and I want to share things. My husband says, Lilla talks about anything, sign up here. That's sweet. I've been married 30 years. He was my second marriage. So this is going to be an ad hoc series when, ideally around now on Thursdays. Hey, Allie P. And you can type in where you are. I love to see the world. I want to talk about style. So many of you put in some questions in comments, and you can put questions in here. I think there's that little question mark box or thing you can use. There's a lot as an agent I have to say about style, and it's one of the questions I get asked the most. New York City, Kate Blackwell. Colorado, hey Becky McCarthy, who runs the show over at Make Art That Sells. East Hampton, Mass. All right, Nulsey, SoCal. I want to talk to you about style. Why does an agent care about style in someone's portfolio that an agent is thinking of representing? And I will tell you why. Because what we do as agents is to promote the unique look. For example, you go into the CVS, a drugstore, pharmacy, and there's 5 billion shampoos. Each one, they don't say, yeah, this shampoo is really exactly like that other brand. No, this one will soften and silkify your hair. This one is for shiny. This is this. This has herbal ingredients. It's about niche positioning, that each brand, and you are a brand as a creative professional, each brand, each artist has a unique selling point. Hello, Annette. And that's what we as agents want to see. We want something different, something that is not generic, something that we can promote and build up the brand. And it pops out as special in the whole morass of illustration. And then we also do this because our clients want to get an artist for their picture book, for their product, for their advertisement, for their magazine that stands apart, that's special, that's unique and different. Okay, Lilla, I get it. How do I do it? How do I have a unique style when I want to work in every medium, every style? I want to do Procreate with Bordeaux brushes, and I want to do, I saw some pastels in the art store the other day. That looked cool. Why don't I try that? So we will get to that, but as I said, I want to show you. It feels insurmountable, Noelle Scribbles. No, honey, it's not. We all start here. The secret is art is play. Are you having fun? Are you having fun? That is your guidepost. Is this something that interests you? Because it's a very sort of self-act. I was going to say, it's not selfish, it's not narcissistic. It's about being true to yourself. And if you follow what you're passionate about and get good at it, like I tell my children, just get good at what you love and you will make a living with it. Look at your mother. what the heck have I done? Look at my studio. Look, I have created so many businesses, published a book, I write a column for Uppercase, I did a jewelry craft line, I co-founded the e-course business, I founded my agency almost 30 years ago. I was an illustrator for a dozen years. And I want to talk to you one of these visits about career longevity. I don't want you to just be good at like one thing for a short time and then boom. I want you to learn how to adapt. We will talk about that at some point. But here's what I want to show you. This is a vase. Okay? Why, and check out my beautiful Manny. Why am I showing you this vase? I got this so many years ago. I'm a major thrifter, yard sale person. And my husband also loves vases, and we have too many. And we say no more vases, but then we see a great one. You know, we're only human. So we never stop learning and growing, Pauline. Let's see some of your comments. Oh, Kristen says, you're such an inspiration. Thanks for sharing all your interests and how you turn them into business. I am here to give you hope and support. And this is free because I really care. That's it. End of story, beginning and end. I told the team, I don't want to wait till I have my courses. Oh, Paige Pooler sold one like that recently. Do you have a vintage shop? I want to be able to communicate to you. So, what the heck does this vase have to do with anything? Your vase is my plant. One of the ways you stand apart and make a unique style is curation. Write that down, curation, which is you select. MLC, it's fine if you live in a third world country. The world, it's all about the art. Oh, happy birthday. Happy birthday, Coco Rocha Art Room. Noelle Scribbles, thank you for taking the time to share your wisdom. Growing up, I was taught that there's no value in art, so I suppressed my interest. I had a daughter 2 years ago and realized it's not true. Yes, that's right, my Manny matches. Oh, yes, of course, I did it on purpose. No, I wanted to not be like, I just want to be relaxed for these and not like, I gotta like, well, I get my hair done every Thursday, so there's that. But, I didn't want to be like the perfect nails and everything. I wanted this super chill. That makes sense. So, okay, let's see if I can stay focused on this. Because you're curating, you're selecting what you draw. It's not just how well you draw. It's not just the colors or the design. I want you to focus on curation, selecting what you draw. And maybe, so this came in the mail and I thought, well, this magazine, Architectural Digest, now called AD. Okay. So let's say, I want you to picture in your head, we're going to do something. Picture an outdoor scene, and you and your best friend are sitting outside at a table outside having a cup of coffee because the article, the magazine article or the book is about friendship, let's say. Okay? What are you picturing? Where is this table? What's the table like? What's the background? I want you to picture. I'm not going to pop people up on the live, so you don't have to send requests for that. What are you picturing? Well, maybe it's this, okay? Maybe it's this. Let's see if you can see that. Okay, so what we see is in the background, it's blurry, but it is like old English buildings. And look at these chairs and the table and the greenery and the stone wall and then another stone wall and so on, and whatever this is, the building. Just for example, let's say you do a staircase for something. Is the staircase with like a cool carpeting on it and skinny inside? I want you to challenge yourself with your art to go to that next level, because partly what we as agents or the art directors are looking for in commissioning is they want to be wowed by what you show. Okay. Oh, Noelle says, but I had a real job and didn't make much money doing that either. You can make a good living as a creative person. We'll talk about how to do that another time. So I want to show you something. I have lots of show and tell. So this is a painting I did. Let's back up. It's a good thing I'm on wheels. Okay, can you see that? This is a painting I did for my column for uppercase. Whoa. I do a column for uppercase, most issues. And how to make an abstract painting in 13 simple steps. And here is the painting. So what I did here, it says, remember that time. So I'm also using words, which I like to use, and lettering to be evocative, to give you, to add some sort of soulful feeling to it. And then these letters are vinyl, and I cut them out with my digital cutter because I've been in the creative biz for 1,000 years, so I do own every toy. And I drew those in black and white, scanned it in, made a JPEG, and printed it on my digital printer. But you don't need that. An X-Acto knife is fine. Shows your studio. Oh, I want to do that sometime, okay? Salome Set Designs. I love how your lettering adds value to your drawings. Something I'm trying to improve on. Thank you, Christina Rodriguez. That's super cool. So it's about what I felt like painting. It was a painting issue, abstract painting. So what I do is when Janine, the publisher, gives me the topic, the theme, with total creative freedom, which you earn, by the way. You don't get total creative freedom in the beginning, rarely. Usually you earn it in your career. And I thought, well, what do I want to paint? What do I want to do? I want to make some steps, 13. So I started writing steps, sort of cheeky, 13 steps. And I wanted to do letter forms for the painting. So it's passion-based, okay? I want you to constantly check in with yourself. And look, I smeared the ink. But again, we're not talking perfection. It's like my nails. Artist play. Are you having fun? I don't know if this is backwards. Is it backwards for you? It says, are you having fun? Kalinak.Patterns Design says, I'm a college art teacher. Welcome. And I had no time during last year's for my own art. I'd like to change it and want to be more artist than teacher, focus on my art finally. Good for you. Florence Marie Design, my biggest hurdle is trying to get in the door somewhere. The way to get in the door is very simple. It's twofold. It's very simple and not very simple. Make gorgeous art, great art that has your style, your personality, and show it to people who buy work. You show it to the people. Like when I did my craft line, Ruby Violet, I think that was about 12 years ago. It came out of my passion. I should wear it for you. My passion for making jewelry with vintage items. I didn't know if it was going anywhere. It was fun. I did it in my spare time while running an agency. And I went to a conference and I asked somebody who's in the craft space, like a commercial craft, like sells crafts in Michael's and has a manufacturer. So I said, how do I do it? She said, just pitch it. I wrote about it in my book. But you don't have to buy it. I'll tell you what I said, mostly. So I made a bunch of prototypes And I found where the show is that I can approach people who sell it. So, and then I got picked up for a line for 80 SKUs. I really want to bring that line back. I really do. And I would just like do demonstrations. I do. You see, like you, creative people have a million ideas. Type in I do if you have a million things you want to do creatively, professionally and personally. Type in I do. If you also feel like you have a million ideas. Oh, maybe there's a delay. I'm not seeing it. Oh, here we go. Whoops. Okay, yes, you do, because everything is inspiration. Not everything, but things pop. Probably by now you want to draw a vase, make a painting with letters A on it, what else have I showed you? And so forth. So, yeah, I understand. So it becomes about self-discipline, and let me just do one thing. It becomes about self-discipline and staying focused with just a few goals. So that's what we do. Do you have questions here? And then I'm going to answer some. Oh, here we do. You can type in questions in the little question mark box. Is style more about the stylistic choices we make when illustrating? The art mediums we use are the combination of these, says Little Lady Lost. Little Lady Lost, you're not so lost. You are right on target. It's exactly right. It's all the discernments, the little decisions you make. The little decisions, that's how your work gets unique. I pulled this book out too because, so let's say you have to draw a flower. Let's say I said, okay, draw a flower. Right now, if you have paper and pencil in front of you or whatever, draw a flower. Just really quick, or draw it in your head. Well, one of the things I like to do is, I got this book, I don't remember. Oh, I know, from my mother-in-law's bookshelf. And not long ago. And it's so flipping cool. Look at this. So when you draw a flower, you don't have to draw realistically, but like, oh, what are those yellow things and how do they drop down? And look at those leaves. So, go to the vintage bookstore and look, it even has her clippings and stuff. And draw different flowers from what you normally do. I am really, I just draw my same old little flower motifs in my journal, and that's fine. It's very comforting. But if I were to be an illustrator again, I would want to delight with some kind of flower. Okay? So, why are you sorry, Annette? I love vintage. I know, I love vintage too. Oh, great toys. Oh, I see the typo. Listen to Lilla, says Nelsie. Nelsie, your work is fabulous. It's a unique brand. It's a unique style. So many of you do. So how do you get it? Okay, Lilla, this is all cool. Yeah, great. Fabulous. I know you don't talk like that. Stay tuned in. Binary. I like this. I don't like this. I like this pen. I like this paint. I don't like this green. I don't. Okay. So now I know for next painting. Big deal. So what? It's your art. You think every speck on your work has to be like a revelation? No. You pick and choose and you learn. It's a science experiment. And then you go, okay, next time the green is too cold. What is my favorite color? Type it in. Is Greg Vineyard here? Because he will type it in. What's the favorite? I love a warm green. I love chartreuse. But I thought I would try this sort of soupy green. Okay, I don't love it. I might paint over. I think I'll put some pastel on. I love pink. I love hot pink. Chartreuse, thank you. Oh, Adam Ming, former student, now as an agent. Congrats. Sherry Staber, nice to see you. I do love purple, Christina Rodriguez. jasmine, mint, Winderac, chartreuse. Yeah, I do. I like all the colors. When you were young, did people say to you, what's your favorite color? Yeah, and I was like, yeah, pick a favorite. No. Yes. Thank you, Vivian Art. Design Sue's Cop. You have to produce loads of bad art to get to the good work, they say. It's true, not even bad. They're science experiments. I have friends who are scientists because I live in the Boston area. There's lots of them. And they do experiments. Sometimes they get a lot of funding to do more experiments. And then the drug they're trying to cure cancer with doesn't work, doesn't pass the tests, doesn't work in the trials. What, was it a failure? No, you have to try. And that's what I want you to do. Just keep trying, playing, be kind to yourself, please. When I was young, I didn't know I was going to be Lilla Rogers with all these businesses and success and so forth. And I was totally insecure, which is how women were back in the old days too. It was like you were supposed to be insecure, and then the man could rescue you, things like that. I was insecure, even though my mother was super feminist, and thank you for that, Mom. But, all these things. Is it important to be able to draw realistically if your style is purposely wonky? September Studio, I love wonk, but if be realistic, be wonky, be whatever. But it's what you love. It's what you love. Science experiment, yes. So you just... Yeah, Kristen, I know our culture, there are many reasons why marginalized people are insecure. There's many reasons about power and power sharing and who gets to make the money and decide things. I understand. You will get more confident. You will, and you work at it. Okay, let's get to some questions that people wrote in the comments. Oh, here's some more down here. Okay. When you say get people to see it, can you elaborate so he goes big? That's one for another day. Maybe we'll talk about pitching. Dawn William Design, how do you know when you're ready to pitch your art? You never do. You don't. You can sort of suss out what people are getting work, and you can, you see what people are getting, what their art is like, and see not if your work is like that, but if it's a certain level of quality. It's very hard to tell, but it doesn't matter. Just send the effort out. Just send the work out. Because I get submissions every day, all the time. And I look, and I, unfortunately, regrettably, I don't write back. I cannot. So I have a billion other emails that I have to respond to. I have one manuscript, should be pitched to literary agents and art agents, one over the other or both? Both. Well, if you're an artist that writes and you're pitching an illustrated book, then you can send to art agents and to literary agents. But you can see what work that they represent. We do both. We're an art literary agent, literary and art, not just literary. So that's how you do it. Okay, back to the little question box. Saloon Designs, is there a target or ideal number of pieces to include in your portfolio? You want to have enough that proves that your style is consistent. Why does and excellent? Why does it have to be consistent? If a client wants you to do a home decor collection, they don't want you to only be able to do 1 or 2 pieces. They want maybe 5 or 10 pieces that all work together. If a magazine calls you and wants you to illustrate a piece in the style you're showing, they want to be sure that you can deliver the style that they're looking for, that you show. That's why you need to have, I'd say 15, 10, 20 pieces. 10 is low. try on the higher side of really strong, consistent pieces that wow. It's also, as an agent, I keep looking on someone's website or Instagram, and I go, nice, wow. I want like a bunch of wows to sell me. I take on my artists through my courses. Now, that's how I do it, because I can see how they deliver on my assignments, and it's also the kinds of assignments that we get. We need to see in an artist portfolio so we can get them work in those markets, like picture books and home decor. Novel line, if I keep applying to agents and get no responses, does that mean my art isn't unique enough or just haven't found the right agent? You don't know. And it's not just unique, it needs to be unique and really good. Lilla, what do you mean by really good? I don't know. I wish I could tell you. Just look at products you see. I'm looking around for products. Uppercase is a great way to see like some really great pieces. But not all the pieces in here get work, so maybe forget that. Go to a charming boutique, a charming children's bookstore, a library, and look at contemporary, a library, but only if it's recent, for picture books or illustrated books. I love a good bookstore because they only sell current work. If I keep playing, Yes Art by Lilla. You can have digital and traditional. I don't even care. Paintings by Keglimore. 15 pieces for each type of illustration. You need to sell me on the style. If you work in a soft, dreamy style, I want to see 15 pieces of that. If you also have like pen and ink lettering, I want to see a number of pieces on that. Adam Ming says, so much of the work I get are from your assignments, Lilla. Thank you. Yeah, thank you. That's why, who was I just talking to the other day? And I was like, early on when I first started Make Art That Sells, the e-course platform with my co-founder, Beth, it was as an educator, which I've been my whole life, it was very important to me that the assignments I would give you really did get you work. I mean, there's no promise. Look, no one can guarantee that you're going to get work. No agent can guarantee. Every now and then, I have an artist that I take them on. I think they're amazing. We all do. We may know that they're kind of unusual. We're not 100% sure if we can pull them work. And they don't pull work for a while. So we meet with them and we guide them. We maybe talk about different subject matter, different markets. Sometimes their work is so unusual, it doesn't fit any particular market. Autumn Fables, when I get conflicting feedback from agents, what do? I want work, but I've lost my style following what others say. Oh my God, I know. You have to be the most audacious. Oh, thank you. Your tarot assignment was lots of fun. You have to be audacious. You have to be like, I've said this before, just walk around your apartment or house saying, F it. I don't give an F what anybody thinks. And like punch a punching bag. I don't know. Get on the treadmill. Take a brisk walk, because that increases your testosterone. You want to balance your yin and yang energy. And if you're feeling too vulnerable and soft, which is beautiful, I find for me exercise gives me that confidence. And people with too much testosterone should do things to get in touch with their yin energy, their softening, their compassion, their kindness. So, I'm not saying, so don't, freak out about that. Got to understand the whole balance. Sometimes I think my style's pretty too lukewarm, says Vivian Inert. Viva Inert. Well, that's great information. I'm glad that you feel that you know that, and that means it's time for you to just, why don't you do this? Why don't you make like 3 pieces, 5 pieces that you're never going to show anyone? So when I was in illustration school in San Francisco, a long time ago, I would like just think, I don't know what I'm doing. It's not me. And then I'd be like, I'm trying not to swear. I don't give an F. I don't care. I hate this. I'm not going to be an illustrator. I hate everything. I hate everything. And then I would draw in life drawing. I hate everything. And I would do my best work. Happened every time. But I really did. You have to believe it. Paulo Regano, I'd been told that my art is not too traditional. Not sure what that means. I'm not going to pull people on live video if you're requesting. I might do that sometime to do like Career Tarot, which I have here. See, I made my own deck of Career Tarot. So one day we'll do that in these Zooms. I also do it in my classes. By the way, here's another thing. Lettering in France. There's 1 spot left. I'm doing it with uptrek.com. They put together an amazing program. Why am I telling you this? Well, I want to book that spot. It doesn't matter. It's already, going. But mostly because I'm showing you, I love lettering. I love lettering. This is from a journal page. I love lettering. And I was like, I want to teach lettering, and I want to do it for Make Art That Sells, but I want to do it in person. Like, oh, this is cool, little psychic. It was about a year ago. I'm sitting outside under the red umbrella on the yellow sofa, on the circle, the spiral, and I opened my journal and I wrote lettering in Paris. I was going to say France, but I love lettering the word Paris. It's very pretty typographically. But I did think France. Then, like a year later, look what I'm doing. Teaching lettering in France. We'll talk about manifesting, but it starts with passion. So anyway, I made a deck of cards using like really pretty typography from vintage stuff. And we're going to be lettering and also Ask the Agent Anything. That's with uptrek.com. But that's what I want to tell you. Let's see what other questions we have. Am I going to do boot camp live next year? Not the toy one, the broader one. Yes. And let's just say it's something I love and that I want all of you to get better at, or even better, or get great at, because maybe you're already great at. Yeah, you could probably guess. You want to guess? Guess what boot camp's going to be? And I think it's in January, February. What do you think I'm going to offer? I think that's an easy guess. Oh, got to drink my water. To drink your water, it's good for you. Kate Blackwell says lettering. Oh, that's good. Yeah. Shunda Rabuse lettering, flowers, tarot cards. All these things I would love to teach, and some of them I do. Oh, can I spill the beans, Becky? Okay. She's the boss of me. Not really, but, partially. Okay. I am offering boot camp lettering, 3 months of lettering next year. We're not offering it till November in our big sale, and you get it really cheap. I'm going to tell you more. I can't hold it in. I cannot. I've been working on this for months. The first week, who's taken boot camp? Type in boot camp. The first week of every month, I give you a mini assignment. But I'm like, this needs to be more than just on the Monday. So the first week of every month of the 3 months, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I give you a downloadable that is freaking gorgeous, and it's got, I went around to all the like gourmet shops in Cambridge and where I live and so forth, photographing gorgeous products with fantastic lettering and getting vintage lettering. And every day you get, I really curated a different lettering style for each day. And it's like this kind of lettering we're going to do. This kind of lettering. The one in France I'll demonstrate, also dip pens, chancery, italic, cursive, calligraphy, and so forth. But how do you join boot camp, Autumn Fables? What you do is get on the makeartthatsells.com mailing list, and you'll be alerted to it in November. Yeah, thank you. It is amazing. I will be there live the last Monday of every month, and we'll talk to you like we're doing now. So that's the first week, 5 downloadables. So you'll get 15. I had so much fun. The background is painted. You have the picture of the lettering, and I point out, you get a little assignment. And I want it, it's like, I can't give you a big assignment 5 days in a row. So it's a morsel. You get a morsel of what you draw. Now, if you happen to have an hour or two, well, maybe on the weekend you can do it. You can do further. I give you like a bonus assignment each day. But there's just a little thing. I want you to just learn different fonts. So, and then the second week you get an assignment, a lettering assignment for a product that can be, so you can have that in your portfolio using what you've learned or anything else, any style. Why am I telling you this? Because I'm super excited and I'm obsessed, which I love, by the way. I use my hyperfocus ADHD to advantage. I can hyperfocus. And we're going to talk about the creative brain, the ADHD brain, and how to use your passion. I call ADHD being a passion-based learner. I can obsess the lettering course, creating content for a period of time. And I know, my team knows, 1 week a month I have basket week. What the heck's basket week? I tell them anything you want me to do that you need for content or promotion is put it in the basket. Well, it's not, it's a Word doc, okay? But, dump it in the basket. And then when that week comes in that month, I work on those things. Usually it's developing content, taking flat lays, doing things of that nature. So, Lilla ist my Popo Popst. Thank you, Annette. I don't know what that is. So, you follow your passion. That is the key to success. And that's the key to career longevity. With focus and not veering off every time you think, oh, but I just want to buy those markers and do markers. No, your goal this month is X. You are going to stay with that even when it sucks and you're like, you don't want to. You find a way to make it fun. Artist play, are you having fun? Is this backwards? Or is it the right way? Oh, thank you. You like my curls. You know what? I don't, it's a little too, I like when it's more natural. But, whatever. You can't always have the hair you want. September studio. Oh, I'm sticking with the gouache. Good. Oh, it's backwards. Okay. Well, it says artist play. Are you having fun? Oh, so this was backwards too? I guess that was backwards. I probably can. Oh, no, I can't flip it that way. Oh, well. That's all right. Okay, so let's see. Questions. This is from Lalbinos. What immediately turns you off when looking at a portfolio? And the flip side, what immediately gets you excited? That's unanswerable. Oh, I mean Pope. Thank you, Annette. That is unanswerable. What do I mean by that? I'm going to turn this back on you. When you go to a store to buy a sweater, if I said to you, what turns you off immediately when looking at a sweater, and the flip side, what immediately gets you excited? Can you even answer? I don't know. I love it. I think it'll look good on me. I don't have one like it. I love the color. Ooh, there's some embroidery on it. It's unanswerable. And what I want you to do this week, all of you, write this down. Here's your assignment. Just came to me. You are going to note every time you think, what will an agent want? What will a client want? What will other people like? And note that, and then say whatever particular swear word you enjoy, and then you will say, I don't give a whatever. I'm going to do what I want. That's your assignment. The more you do that, the closer you will get to your unique style. That's the magic. That's the magic bullet. Okay, Kathy, yours an artist. Does it make a difference? Asks, does it make a difference to send a real package through the mail for submission, or does an email with a few images do it? You can do either. Sending a package, it can really get your hopes up because you've put so much effort in it. And then if you don't hear everything, it's crushing, right? But it shouldn't be. I don't want you to be crushed. So what you can do is, I would get a whole bunch of emails of agents and companies and make a list, make a nice little chart, the name of the person, the name of the company or agency, their email, the date you sent, these are the columns, the date you sent it out, and then if you heard anything. And expect that you won't hear from most. That's okay. I have, oh my God, Adam, are you here? I wanted to take you on. I did. I really did. But we were like crazy busy. And then you got an agent. So, dang for us, but I'm happy for you because I can't represent everyone. I can't. And maybe and I don't even remember if I wrote back. I hope I did. He's a student of mine, so, Oh, there's so many artists that sent me their work that I freaking love. Yeah. Follow your yes and listen to your no, says Creative Brenda. Okay, along the same line, this is from Frederica Blanc. I'd like to know, she asks, how you keep in touch with publishers. Do you go on a tour and visit them all? No. It's very hard to get in person, and you don't need to. Do you call regularly? Do you meet them all at conventions? Also, is it advisable for an illustrator to have an agent to get into the American book market? Is it even possible without one? Well, Chronicle books, you don't need an agent. They take submissions. I'm not sure who else does. There are a couple. But, and I would, for children's books, join the Society of Children's Books Writers and Illustrators. Society of Children's Books Writers and Illustrators. Join that, and they have lots of great information for you and courses, and they're a nonprofit. That really helps. Having an agent is a huge help, especially as an established agent, because they've been around forever and they have the contacts. We can just send something out to any and all of the top publishers at my agency. And that's huge. Okay, now we're going to, I think these will be my last 3 questions. It's about style. Maybe I've answered these. At C_creative, I love to explore and create images with different styles. Do you think it's important to focus on one style until you're established and then you can explore more. I'm going to answer that. It takes a long time to get really good at one style, so just try to focus on one. Creative Brenda says, don't be in a hurry, friends. Let yourself grow. That's what I'm doing. Yeah, you have to allow yourself time. You can't expect it. Like, you watch the Olympics, right? Do you think they were like, I want to be a figure skater and really, really good, and I want to start tomorrow and be good by the end of the week? Well, why is it any different for art? It takes a long time, okay? Be kind, but set up a discipline. I say this not to be self-serving. Take classes. They could be my classes. I love my classes. I believe in them. They get a lot of people work and agents, but take anybody's classes. Take classes where you live, online, whatever, and do the work. Do the work. Take a class that really excites you. It helps to have deadlines. It's very hard to do it on your own, but you might be able to. So just work on developing one style. Now, years ago, when I was an illustrator in illustration school, I loved literally, okay, you can count, pastel, black line on stat paper, like shiny paper, brush line for lettering and drawing. I used Pantone colored adhesive paper. I did oil paint. I kid you not. What else am I missing? Acrylic. Did I say pastel? So, and I was like, what am I going to do? But they all held together. The drawing style was the same, and the medium was different. If every time you use a different medium, your style looks completely different, that's too many styles. Just get really good at one. And by the way, anything I say, just my opinion. If you totally disagree, you're the boss of your career and your art. I don't know anything. Can I suggest a good online illustration class? Yes, makeartthatsells.com. That's where I teach my classes. The children's book course, Illustrating Children's Book, one of our most popular. I've been teaching it with an art director, Zoe Tucker. I think we're in our 9th or 10th season. That starts October 9th. So again, go to makeartthatsells.com and sign up for the newsletter, and you'll get everything. Thank you, Paige Pooler. Art My Style's always been distinctive. Yes, it helps to be a weirdo. Just embrace your weird, and then your art will follow. Yes, and then Juliana Casataro, artist, asks about working in different media. Same thing. And Rosalie Edwards, illustration, says, how do you focus on one portfolio project when you want to do everything? E.g., illustrate children's books, greeting cards, puzzles, homework collections. Well, I have classes in all those different areas. The Make Art That Sells, it's called MATS, Make Art That Sells A and B, has all the different, a lot of different, what would you call it, like a taster of each of those markets with assignments. Those were the very first courses I did. Dawn Gilliam Design says, love Lilla's class is so fun. Thank you. Here's how I teach. I teach, and we can talk about how to teach, or how to be the teacher of yourself. And that is, I trick you into doing your best work. So I break the work down into little bite-sized pieces, and then before you know it, you have something really good. Okay, I think that does it for today. I'm sorry for the people I didn't get to answer all your questions, but I've been on for an hour and 20 minutes. Beth said, keep it short. I'm like, yeah, that's not going to happen. So anyway, thank you so much, everybody, for being here. I'm going to try to do it most Thursdays at 12:30, but I'm also going to do ad hoc pop-ins. So just, watch on Instagram, and you can send your questions. Write this down, hello@makeartthatsells.com. I hope that's okay, Becky. Is that okay? And maybe in the subject line, just write Q&A, okay? So Louise will know what's for a question. And you can put those in there, and then I'll try to answer questions that I have. Thank you, everybody. I hope you're going to have fun later today. Do practice fun. Practice play. Okay? You can write that down. Practice play. Practice fun. Artist play. Are you having fun? The more you do fun, and very often in our culture we think, oh, there's too much work to do. There's no time for fun. Yeah, but if you don't know how to play, how are you going to make art you love? So think about that. Thank you, everybody. It was a real pleasure. I enjoyed this, and I will see you once again. Thank you. Mwah.